What up, world? It's your man G, Wunder G, Wizzo. Shout out Breaking Records Radio. Off top, you know what it is. Spell my name right, get your game tight. Make sure you keep that dial tuned in. Don't touch that dial, you zim
What's up? This is Deluxe.
Jamie Madrock.
Man, this your man's Obi Trice.
This is Ad-Lib.
Yo, what up? This is Spesh Wunder.
Spesh K.
Hot Rock's the motherfucking Skot MC.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records Radio out here.
This is Breaking Records Radio.
Check them out, man.
Breaking Records Radio, and the place to be, you know what it is. It's your host, Maloney. Shout out to Chris Got Rocks. We're in the Max FM studio right now. We don't really utilize this as much as we probably should. But we're here right now, and we got the Toronto legend, the veteran right now, G Wunder, in the place to be, the OG.
Respect.
How you been doing, my man?
I'm good, Maloney. How are you, brother?
I cannot complain, man. You know, shit's always going on, but you just got to keep it moving, and that's what it is.
That's right. That's right, man.
Just glad we can be here buying it on a hip-hop tip right now.
That's right.
But, so right now, I know that you are promoting the new project, Rare Jewels.
That's correct. Rare Jewels EP, which is my third release for 2017, for sure, man.
So you had High Volume LP and the Future Beats LP 2 prior to that.
Correct. So this was actually became a year of Future Beats, and Future Beats is my production company. So it's a continued like Future Beats year for sure. Yeah.
All right. So well then you started. Well, I guess we'll skip the first and then go back to it. But for Future Beats LP 2.
Yeah.
So when did you do the first LP for that?
First LP came out October 2016, I believe. And that came about as I've been doing beats for a long time now. I started my production company in like 2003.
Okay, word.
Yeah, so I produced for a lot of artists.
I seen that you had like
artists.
Jay Diggs.
Yeah.
You've worked with Jay Diggs.
Correct.
Ken Booth.
Ken Booth. Yeah, you mean Sean Booth?
Sean Booth. My
Yeah,
bad,
yeah, Sean Booth.
I was thinking of the reggae art.
Yeah.
Came to my head. Sorry about that.
That's alright.
Yeah.
A lot of other artists I had on my beats. Friday, Adam Bomb. I've had Mad Child from Swole.
Oh, word, eh?
Yeah. That's one of my bigger features on my beats. I've had a lot of people on my beats, man, since 07. My beats first came out in 07. So fast forward now to Future Beats Volume 2. Or Volume 1 from last year, I decided to put out retail albums because, you know, as a producer, sometimes you find yourself with all these beats and you're just sitting on them and you're like, what do I do with my beats?
I feel you there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I brought beats today to show you. I was like, yeah, maybe this guy will nab some off.
That's right. That's right. So you know, that's how that came about. Future Beats. So yeah, I think I released 13 beats last year and 10 beats on Volume 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, cool. So I haven't had a chance to actually check the Future Beats. So are they full instrumental projects then, or do you got like cats rapping on them?
No, full instrumental.
Okay,
projects,
dope,
only
dope.
Beats. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
And I noticed for the Rare Jewels project that you just dropped, you had the homie Richie Dolo do the artwork.
Yes.
Authentic Designs.
Always Authentic Designs. He's been doing my stuff since, I don't even know, at The Journey 2014. Since probably about 2013.
Say word, eh?
Word.
So, Richie Dolo, actually, interestingly enough, he's from my hometown, Bell City, where I moved from. So, like, a lot of my early projects all the way up, and I think he might even did the Perfect Balance. Yeah. He didn't do the artwork or the logo design, but I think he put it all together for me.
Okay.
But if not that, then Pre-Balance, my mixtape that I dropped prior to that, even maybe old school shit. Either way, he's done a lot of my artwork. Because we're from the same hometown.
Okay, cool.
If you ever got a
shout
chance,
out Richie Allen, Richie Dolo. Yeah.
Shout out to Dolo, man. If you ever get a chance, check out Is It Worth It? It's a joint he featured me on back in probably 2013.
Crazy.
Yeah, before I even moved out here. But yeah, shout out to the homie Richie Dolo, man. It's that's one thing I noticed. I like to see people from my hometown flourish, you know what I mean? A lot of guys from my hometown, you know, they do the rapping thing, but they don't make noise.
Right.
And a lot of them don't want to, I think they have too much balls to come and ask me, like, yo, let's do an interview for Breaking Records, or like anything like that, right? Like, I think they're kind of like, I don't know. Well, you know, because there's that competitive.
Yeah, but people gotta, you know, this is 2017, and I'm the advocate. I'm the advocate for networking. I'm the #1 networker in Canada. I'm the #1 person that joins all people together. So what I stand for is crushing ego and becoming humble in the further pursuit of cash. You know what I mean?
Word up, man.
So we don't got no time for that, and I'm gonna put it on you as as since we're speaking about it, and you being a leader, obviously, to even maybe reach out to some of those guys, or you know what I mean. If somebody else, tell them to reach out to you. You know what I mean. Let's crush this, because obviously Richie, so you know what I mean.
Richie's good people.
Exactly.
Man.
So let's build these things rather than bring them regressive.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yes, sir.
That's the thing, man. And yeah, it's just a lot of times people. It's on them, you know what I mean? Like I offer.
Okay, well, as long as you offer, then
yeah.
you can't say anything else. In Jamaica, them say you can't lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah.
So you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
So word up, man. And big shout out to Richie Dola, man. I love to see this guy progressing, doing the things that he's doing, man. And he's
Richie,
good on the music tip too.
I know. I seen this stuff.
I was gonna ask if you ever peeped his music stuff. Yeah, he's dope on the music tip too, 100%. Man. But I've seen a number of people from Brantford starting to do their thing, which is dope, man. I love to see.
All right, shout out Brantford, and Brantford, bring me out there, man.
Yeah.
G Wunder, man. I don't think I performed in Brantford so many places, but not Brantford yet.
I was gonna say I hear about most hip hop shows that happen there. I haven't heard your name buzz there, so let's do it. We should set something up, man. That'd be dope. But let's move it on, man. We got the homie G Wunder with us right now.
Yeah, big up Breaking Records. You already know what it is. Breaking Records, you know what I'm saying? Motive Music is my label. It's a little collab going on right now.
Word up. So we're going to get into it. Tell us a little bit about Motive Music.
Perfect segue there. Motive Music is my label that I started in 2000, I would say 7, officially. First I was signed to Urbnet Records in 2008 for 2 projects.
Okay, yeah.
Actually 3 projects. So my first 3 projects came out on Urbnet, which was Street Knowledge, Hood Politics, and For the People. And then after that, I went on and I formed Motive, and I started putting out records on Motive. I didn't sign my first artist to Motive until I think 2011, when I put out The City with Corey Lee. And remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, respect. Yeah, we had Make Some Money, and we had Disco Nights, and that was a well-funded project. We got to see some returns off of it and get to learn how the business works, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So that was the power of that. And then since after The City, I started signing more artists. So up to today now, I think I have maybe 5 artists at the moment and 3 producers.
Yo, word, eh?
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And so with the Future Beat stuff, is that all stuff you produced then, or do you got some of the producers under you that kind of like work on those projects as well too?
Yeah, I'll come right back to that. Remember that question, but I just wanted to say also, Motive Music was distributed via Fontana North Universal since 2011. So until 2017, the deal just came to an end in 2017. So now Motive Music is 100% independent.
Oh, word.
Yeah, so we're celebrating that. We feel good that we made it, and we're still profitable in 2017. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So back to your question about Future Beats. Future Beats is my actual vehicle.
It's just
beats.
all your production.
Yeah, and the reason I have Future Beats is because when I first started in 2005, I came back on this scene. I've been rapping since like the 80s.
Yeah.
But in 2005, I came back and I had a record on Flow, and I got it produced. I think it was by E3, this artist, and it was so expensive. So I was like, how am I going to continue my career to have to buy a beat every time? It's expensive, like $1,000 for a song. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's when I started Future Beats.
Oh, word.
That's when I started.
So you didn't even produce prior to that?
Not prior till 2003.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 2007 I put out my first full-length album with all beats, but I wasn't the artist on it. So another artist showed me the love and support to bring me and to believe in my beats. Shout out Chris S.
Yo, that's dope, man. Because, it was me, myself, but we grew up in different generations as well, right? So when I was in high school, I actually spent most of my time, I took communications technology classes 3 years straight.
Dope. I'm in the same biz.
Yeah? Well, the funny thing is I failed it 2 years in a row, and the reason I took it a third was to get the credit.
Right.
And it's because I didn't have access to sampling. I didn't have an MPC. I didn't have any of the shit, right? So around that same time, well, earlier than that, like earlier in my teenage years, I learned the art of sampling and stuff. And then when I realized I had GarageBand on these computers in school, I literally, and the funny shit is, I might have failed a couple times, but I was the only kid in there on my lunch breaks.
Working.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was working on schoolwork.
Right.
And so even my first album, because I realized that same thing very early on. It was like, because I've never been, like, my first album, it's got nothing but stolen beats, basically. You remember the SoundCloud days when artists would post their beats for SoundClick. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, SoundClick. And the artists would post their beats for free on there. And that's how I created my first album. But I made sure I got like 3 productions on there myself. Right. Because at that point, I realized shopping out to artists, you know what I mean? Especially as a 16, 17-year-old.
Exactly.
That's hard. It's hard to afford a beat because it can easily cost you $1,000.
Exactly.
So yeah, man, that's my advice to a lot of artists is produce yourself if you feel like if you understand the art of hip hop 100% or at least 80% because it takes years to learn it all.
That's right.
But you know, as long as you feel like you understand what it is to make hip hop music, produce yourself 100%. And so that goes on to me want to ask you about, because you got a booklet that you just put out called Industry Tips.
Yeah, man. Industry Tips right now is blowing up, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen a lot of people promoting that.
Yeah, respect. You know, I think anybody that checks out my Industry Tips booklet, they have nothing but rave reviews about it. What it is it's the first booklet, and it's 13 steps to starting your own.
You got some with you?
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, I'll cop one with you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's 13 steps to starting. Can you see that? Can they see that?
They can see that, yep.
Yeah, it's a good look?
Yep.
All right, 13 steps to starting your own independent label in Canada. And it's my first written publication. I've published a lot of music, but this is my first written publication, and I've been getting a lot of feedback. And it's for independent artists that want to realize and solidify and professionalize their career and their label.
Yeah.
So I'm giving you 13 steps. Even if you didn't, you just had interest in getting into the game, these 13 steps you can establish a label. You do have to have a budget, and there's a budget on the last page.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
And so what are you selling those for right now?
This is $15 with any Motive Music CD of your choice.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like I said, I have 22 albums, so I have a lot of CDs to choose from. Although I
you
don't have all
yourself,
Correct.
Or Motive Music?
No, me myself.
You have 22 albums?
I'm on my 22nd full length. Correct.
Holy shit!
Yeah. I love that. I love that reaction, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, that's why I say, industry tips. I have a little bit to say. You know what I mean? I really have a lot to say. I've been in the game. It's been a professional thing. We're still in the positive. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm in the best shape of my life. And yeah, man, Industry Tips booklet right now is all about giving the young. This is my way. One of my platforms. There's many platforms that I have of giving back in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, a lot of people, they get to a certain place and they don't want to even talk to anybody about it or let them know how they got to that, especially in our business because of the competitive nature.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. There's a lot of gatekeeper type cats, right? As soon as they meet somebody or they're like, oh, they want to try to hold that to their benefit and profit off of it. But
that's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's all about networking and meeting people, and just because you meet somebody and they say they're this person doesn't mean that, you know what I mean, your life is going to change just because you met them.
No.
It might help you on somewhere along your journey, but it might help somebody else, so why not introduce that person to the same person? It's not really a race like that. People shouldn't look at it as a race.
It's not a race, because at the end of the day, man, everything's meant to happen.
That's right. It's going to happen in these chain of events.
If you don't end up being the rapper you want to be, you might end up like myself, the media personality that you never thought you would be. Well, or you might end up,
That's one of the most important things I want to touch on as well, is for artists, is in hip hop, as we all know, we all live it, we all see it. Nowadays, your music is really just a platform to other things.
Yep.
So that's why I have the booklet. Once again, I'm going to plug it. Industry Tips booklet. It's out now. I'm working on volume 2. This one is 13 steps to starting your own independent label in Canada. Get at me, Wunder, GEEWUNDER, on all social platforms. So that's my vehicle at the moment.
Yeah.
Whether it's merch, you might have merch. Whatever you feel it is, though. Nowadays, you need a product. We have the platforms to advertise and let people know about what we're doing. So we need
You
something
need
to sell.
to utilize that.
We need to utilize it,
Yeah.
whether it's your own gears or whether it's, you know, you're selling pens or
Or
whatever.
your mans too. That's the other thing. If you support somebody,
That's right.
then you know, share that shit, promote that shit. You know, it don't take
course.
nothing away from you to promote. You know what I mean?
This is that's a big thing that you're touching on right now as well, because, you know, a lot of people in this social media atmosphere, man, these dudes hanging on to their likes too tight, son. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, it doesn't cost any money to push like, and we need to, you know, it's like a, you know, the whole music industry is kind of like it's like a, not a facade, but it's like a show. So we need to show solidarity with other people, you know. And if it's just a like, man, give up the like.
Give up the fucking
give up
like.
the fucking likes.
It is the easiest thing you can do.
You don't have to pay that, and follow me on Spotify too. You don't have to pay for that, bro.
And do you know what's funny? A lot of cats who wanna, and I'm not isolating anybody out here, 'cause I appreciate every supporter, but I have cats who like will buy my CD off me. They'll buy my merch off me, but they won't give me the like.
Yeah, right. That's kind of weird. It's the same way for me. I don't think everybody that's purchased something from me, you know.
No,
likes
you
my
have
style.
people that aren't even on social media, but you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
It's like you
yeah.
have some of the cats that you're like, it's so weird how
No,
certain people work like that. It's
I
like their like is their sacred.
It is, because I think they really want to mean it, kind of like they really want to mean it, but they don't always have to mean it. It's like show the love, like it's just a show of love.
It's just
you
a
know?
pressing of a
That's
button.
right. That's right.
Exactly
It's-
it.
That's right.
And
you know what
each
I'm
press of that button actually does a lot for an artist, and a lot of people don't realize
That's
how
right.
powerful that press of a button is.
That's right. That's right.
And it's crazy, but either way, so let's move it on from there. And so I want to talk to you about one thing. We talked about the industry tips booklet.
That's right.
We talked about the future beats,
Correct. Productions.
but we have not. And we'll get to Rare Jewels because that's what you got going on right now.
Pause 1 second.
But-
Can we pause? Sorry.
Yep.
Oh, you don't have to pause. I just want to make sure this. Sorry. Yep.
All good. So what I want to get into is because you dropped another album earlier this year. So this is your third album now with Rare Jewels, but High Volume LP. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, appreciate that. High volume LP is like it's almost like my version of a playlist, because they're all produced. All the beats are produced by me for Future Beats.
Yeah.
So, and I got collaborations with a lot of artists that I really, you know, look highly. I regard in high esteem, and I got them on the album. So artists like Michael Buckley, who is an international reggae artist who comes and goes from Canada. I got Young Stitch from Central Soldiers.
Oh, word, you got Stitch on there.
Yeah, and
Shout out to Stitch.
Shout out to Stitch, and I got a lot of good feedback on that record. I got my artist Set 2 on there. Who else do I got on there? Friday. I got a few artists on there, so it's kind of like it's something that I feel like I curated it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, and I put that out to celebrate my 20th. That was my 20th release. So I was like, okay, for my 20th release, why not put something out where I did all the beats? You know?
Yeah.
And the idea behind High Volume, most of my titles are based on music. You know what I mean? It's based on actual music. Like my 2012 studio LP was called Beats, Bars, and Hooks. So coming to 2017 now, we have High Volume. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, High Volume, and the idea is you can play it loud. You know?
Dope, man. And so it's crazy because see you have that many projects. It's like you keep that, like I've been at points when I've been rapping where I might put 3 projects out a year. But now if you look, I haven't actually legit put out a project, and I'm working on putting out my next mixtape right now, but it's been 2 years. So how do you keep that fire burning inside of you where you're like, 3 projects a year? Because to get the numbers you're at, you got to be dropping multiple projects a year.
100%. There's been years where I've dropped, mainly years I've been dropping 3. A soft year I'll drop 2, you know what I mean? The way that I think it's because, I don't know, I'm just I've always been this music guy, you know what I mean? My whole life is, all my income has come from music. So it's just like I'm just
So
entrenched.
you're just constantly grinding then?
constantly grinding. I mean,
Right.
you know, outside of my music career, I worked in music television too, right? So everything is just music, and I'm a self-sufficient artist at this point, so I don't need anybody else to create songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Me creating a collaboration with somebody else is a bonus at this point.
Word.
So I can always have records, you know what I mean?
And you've just been self-sustaining. That's crazy, man. It's incredible to see, because a lot of cats, you know, and like this myself included, like I'll have years where I've dropped 3 projects, but then I might have years like the last 2 where I haven't dropped a thing. Just a couple singles here and there,
That's
just
cool.
to like, you know, stay relevant.
That's right.
Or like alive.
That's right.
Not
That's
even
right.
relevant, but alive.
Yes, right,
But
right,
that's
right.
the thing. It's
Yeah.
like, it's crazy to see when somebody can keep that, because I know what it feels like to
Right.
have that work ethic in periods of time.
Right.
But to have that continuous, steady work ethic,
Correct.
to put out 3 albums a year, that kind of, like, that's insane, man.
Appreciate it, and you know, a lot of it. I was influenced a lot by, you know, some of the artists in the South. You know,
Yeah.
My main thing is, you know, with technology, we have to at least compete as far as output. Now, this is my platform. Everybody has a different thing. You know, a lot of people say quality over quantity, but I'm very much a quantity person.
Yeah, yeah.
And because I've seen blueprints of that, like in Gucci Mane, you know, is one of my biggest kind of people that I look to in music and business.
When we did the Gucci joint, that's when we first linked.
Yeah.
You're like, how the fuck you get that?
Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
up to now, I'm still looking at y'all like, yo, you guys got one of my life goals, man. You already
Right.
achieved one of my life goals, man. So yeah, so I use that. I use his blueprint, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I follow that shit. Like, this man's putting out all this records, comes out now, and it's like he's a fucking urban myth, like a legend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that, and I'm also trying to do a lot of quantity to break into the Canadian music scene from the ground up, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I'm not going to have hit songs. I'm not trying to make hit songs, but I'm trying to make a quantity of songs that my name has to ring in the country, and it will.
And it does
And it
already.
does. Thank
I was
you.
going to say, it does
Yeah.
already. Because, you know,
You can't avoid it. You can't avoid
No,
it.
and word up, like, not to say that I don't interview underground artists, but we wouldn't be here right now if your name didn't ring bells.
100%,
You know what I
appreciate
mean? Like,
that.
because I do interview underground artists,
Right.
But a lot of times that comes through personal connection. You know what I mean? You meet a dude at a show or whatever, and be like, "Yo, dude's nice. Yo, let's do an interview." You know what I mean? That kind of shit. But me and you, like, we'd seen each other at Max FM. I can't remember when it was, when we did Shot Club. And you
Right,
were just
recently.
leaving, and I was coming. And we were like, yo, what's up?
I
And
saw
we
you from before that, though.
No, but we have met each other.
Yeah,
We kind
at
of
industry events.
reformally
That's right.
introduced ourselves.
That's right.
And that's how this whole thing's happening.
Right.
Because I know who the fuck you are, because
That's
your
right.
name does ring bells.
Appreciate it, brother.
And that's the point I'm trying to make.
And
It's like-
also, and the other point that's great to take from that is networking. It's
Yes.
networking. We saw each other twice, and then saw each other again. So you know, it's bound to happen that we get to work together, and
Yeah.
you know, persistence overrides resistance, man.
Exactly, man.
It's-
That's the thing. A lot of people got their nuts up in their hands.
Yeah.
And you need to just let them loose for a second and just relax. As the great late Nori, not late, but I feel bad because I said late. No, I was gonna say Nori.
Oh,
As,
yeah.
as Nori would
Yeah.
say, relax.
Yeah, yeah.
Relax.
Yeah, but it ain't. You know what I mean? For me, it's easy to relax though, because I've had so much success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my success comes from sharing information and sharing energy, and that shit just comes right back to me. People see that it's authentic. You know what I mean?
And yeah, and that's the way the world works, man. You
Yeah.
get out what you.
Put in,
in.
definitely. If
Exactly.
you're always on some negative vibes, brethren,
Then you're gonna
trust
get
me,
negative vibes right back
them
at
vibes
you.
is coming for you,
Yeah.
dog. Sorry to say.
Do you know what's crazy? Either way, I won't even bring that up.
Yeah.
Basically, but what you put in is what you get back.
100%.
And the type of guys who rap about putting in stuff they don't put in sometimes get that shit back unexpectedly.
100%.
And you know, and I'm a fair example of that. But either way, so we talked about hits, and when
Yeah.
we talk about hits, I don't know on paper what your biggest hits are today.
Right.
But to myself,
Oh.
the joint I remember. From being a youngin'?
Let me hear this, youngin.
Okay.
Okay.
What the man them say.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about that
okay.
joint, because I know you had the original, but then the remix, they had
shit.
Trey, they had, you know,
right.
so let's tell us about a little bit about that.
Yeah, respect for that, man. You know, that takes us back to like 2010.
Yeah. The Much Music days. Much Music still played music.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. They broke me. You know what I mean? They broke me nationally.
Woo!
Yeah, love. We gotta show mad love to Much. And yeah, so first we did, actually I had this guy that worked with me at the station. He was like a graphics guy, and we did the first version of the video.
Yeah.
And it was cool. We did it on Eglinton West, so it was cultural, whatever. And then I said, I don't remember how, because I don't usually do remixes, but somebody must have told me to do a remix, because I have so many people in my network, you know what I mean? It's always mad love. I've done the most collaborations probably ever. So somebody was like, yo, let's do this remix, and the producer on it was Dramatic Tracks. Shout out Fonz, still active in the city, one of the biggest engineers, OG.
Woo!
Yeah, he did the beat, and then yeah, I just got all these guys together, and I was like, yo, let's do this remix, and it came out cool, man. And then this guy Czar, shout out Czar, he did the video, and the rest was history, man.
Yeah, man, that joint.
Rochester, Trey from
I was gonna say, you got Trey on there.
Messiah. Nino Rockwell, and Young Jix from GCP at that time.
Yeah.
That's JB's younger brother.
That shit was, like, even back then, the girl I was dating at that time, she used to go, okay to me, you know what I mean? Like, that was...
Nice. Culture. I'm always trying to promote, like, culture and, you know, and slang and shit.
Yeah. Which is dope, too, man. A lot of cats don't get that.
Yeah.
Especially in T-Dot, because T-Dot's got a lot of its own slang.
100%.
And you got, like, guys like Drake who, like, kind of try to bring some of that slang to the mainstream, but, like, when you live in Toronto, you know, like, people don't understand the Toronto slang.
That's right. You know,
it's like Cardi slang, except it's different now, man. Cardi slang is what? 16 years ago?
Yeah.
That's 16 years ago.
There's
so
lots
the slang's
of new
a lot
slang.
different
Lots
now.
of new slang now. A lot of Somali slang is big in you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wahali and all these things, yeah.
So it's dope though, man.
It's dope. It's dope to see the elevation and the continuing and the building of culture. You know, I'm big about culture. I had an album with this student called Abaddon called Culture Rap in like 2011.
Yeah.
And we explored all those ideas, and that's one of the biggest strengths of Toronto, though, is the culture and the mix of cultures and the vibes.
Yeah. And one thing I'll say on that too is I agree completely, because like my whole life I always felt like I need to live in Toronto. That's like the place for me. And living here, you realize, like, this place is, like, nowhere else on earth. Like, I've been to Manhattan, I don't know how many times.
Yeah.
And, like, Toronto is, like, nothing else. It is the most, I don't know about statistically, but I feel like the most multiculturally diverse city on the planet.
I 100% agree. My 2016 album was called Diversity on the basis of that.
Say word.
Word.
Yo.
Diversity, but when I said diversity, I meant like I was on the cover of my Diversity album. Let me show you. I think I have it here with two girls. You know what I mean? And it's like it's a couple of chicks.
White chick and a black chick.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, it wasn't a white chick, but it's like a light skinned chick. And, You know what I mean? So that's the
word. Yeah.
But the idea behind the album is diversity in your whole life. Like, you know what I mean? Diversify your assets. You know, diversify everything in your life. You know, what you call it? They say. What's the spice of life? Variety is the spice. Is the spice of life, and I live by that motto. So.
That's actually a really good saying.
Thank you, man. But variety is the spice of life.
Yeah.
Take that, man. Take that. That's an old.
I can't even disagree with that at all.
It's in most things: food, women.
Yeah, women.
You know,
music.
You know, everything, pretty much. You know.
Yo, that is a fucking awesome.
That's a jewel. You like that one?
I like that. That's a jewel right there. That's a jewel right there.
For Breaking Records people out there, that's a jewel for you right there. Variety is the spice of life.
Understand that. So what we're going to get into right now, because we didn't get a chance really to talk about it yet, so let's get into it. You got the latest project in which we are here promoting right now, and it's the Rare Jewels EP.
Yeah, man, Rare Jewels EP is out. You know, I got the physical CDs. I always got the physical CDs in 2017. Don't
sleep.
Don't sleep, and artists don't let people detract you from your revenue sources. Do not let them, the common man or the common hater on Facebook, detract you from revenue sources. That's the industry tip I got for y'all tonight.
Woo!
That's a freebie, but you got to check the booklet to get the 13 steps to starting your own label.
Yeah.
That's why I say, you understand, I think now, you know, Maloney, now that we've sat down, I've mentioned a few of the album titles, you kind of see where I'm going with, you know, motive music.
Yeah, you know what? And that being
You know what I
said,
mean?
yo, flash everything for him. Let him
Okay.
see what you got. Cause
Yeah.
this man's got a whole briefcase with him. I'd be lucky if I bring a fucking shoebox that got at least one copy of each album. This guy.
Well, this is I'm trying to show the youths them this is how, you know, in Toronto, or you might be anywhere in Canada. Take my example as a way to monetize your craft. Everybody wants to monetize your craft, right? That's what we're all in this for, correct?
Yep.
So if you're shy, or if you're not really,
You can't be shy.
you can't be shy.
Unless you got a manager doing your work for you, a
still
publicist.
can't be shy.
You still can't be, but
shy.
you got more of an excuse. But no, that's one thing I learned the hard way. I was a shy guy growing up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Trust me, it wasn't until I started doing radio shit and stuff where, like, you know, you just get to kick it with artists on a 101.
Right.
Where I stopped. Like, the shyness, kill that.
You gotta kill that. That don't even exist. So
Kill the This Is 50 post.
yeah, that's right.
Build your...
Yeah, kill the This Is 50 posts or whatever that was there. Yeah. So what it is now, right? It's Motive is the label. So what we got in the box, I have Messiah's CD. The Messiah CD was called The Antidote.
Oh shit, you got Messiah in
We got
there.
copies of that.
Yo, damn.
I've been selling that for a while. I got copies of his newer one called The Antidote. These
Is
are all
Messiah
physical
signed to Motive Music?
Correct. He's a Motive Music.
Oh, word.
artist.
Okay, crazy.
Right.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, and then I have Set 2. Set 2 is another artist signed to Motive Music. Messiah and Set 2 are my main artists right now.
All right.
He put out an album called 10,000 Hours LP. You'll get this if you order Industry Tips. It's one of the hottest releases, one of the most successful releases on the label. Then, like we discussed, I have High Volume LP, which is G Wunder LP number 20. And then I have Diversity. I believe this is number 19. Diversity LP, we're just talking about that.
2 multicolored chicks on there.
That's right.
That's
Diversify your life.
Diversify your life.
Diversify your life.
Yeah.
And then this is my 2012 CD opus. It was really one of my biggest things that happened. Once again, you see the title is Beats, Bars, and Hooks. It's about music. I had a couple of features on here, but my biggest feature on here would be Belly. Belly was on this album.
Oh,
Belly,
shit.
On a record that I produced, featuring Craig Smart, another R&B
Did you
guy.
peep that? You obviously peeped the new mumble rap track.
I did. I peeped the whole album, but I like Belly's 2015 mixtape. It's called Up All Night, Up something.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then the latest one, like I said, Rare Jewels. And Rare Jewels, once again, we're getting the idea of industry tips. Rare jewels. Listening to my music, you get rare jewels, rare ideas to move your life forward.
And see, do you know what's crazy? When I originally heard the title of the album, I figured Rare Jewels meant like unreleased tracks.
It does that too.
Oh, say word.
Word.
So it is like a multi.
Yeah, double meaning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's dope.
Yeah, man. So that's what we got promoting right now, man.
Dope. So it's your man G Wunder, and I got 2 more questions to ask you. So the last question before we get into the finishing question would be, what do you prefer, rapping or producing?
Rapping, man.
Yeah?
I prefer rapping. Although producing is easier.
I agree to a degree.
It's easier.
Yeah.
I can come up with a beat like easier than having to write a whole song.
You don't necessarily have to be inspired to create a beat.
Right. Yeah. You just
gotta be in the mood.
Yeah. You get a loop running and you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, but with rapping, you got, especially if you're a lyrical artist, you'll be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You want to come up with good lines, and then that's only one part. Then you got to perform it.
Yeah.
You know, so
And you gotta be happy with performing.
and you gotta be happy with performing, and you
Yeah.
gotta perform it good, not whack. Like, you know, your reps on the line every time. So, but I still like rapping for some reason, though.
I agree with you
Yeah.
100% on that answer, my man.
Uh-huh.
So, before we get into the last question, everybody, if you want to further yourself as an MC, a producer, an
That's right.
artist, and
That's right.
of any kind in this urban industry, best believe you want to check the industry tips booklet. He's going to show it to you one more time for those listening. Then, best believe you better head up Wunder. That's GEEWUNDER. And in
That's right.
case you misheard what I said, that's GEE to the W, single U, NDR.
ER.
ER.
That's what's up.
Emergency room on you, bitch ass.
GEE Wonder with a U. Spell my name right. Get your game. Tizite.
And so, for the last question that we ask everybody, if you could transform your lyrical style into a Mortal Kombat finishing move, what would it do to your opponent?
A Mortal Kombat finishing move.
But it doesn't have to be one that exists. We want you
Yeah.
to be creative. A lot of
No,
people
no.
would be like, yeah, I finish him with the frozen thing. Nah,
Yeah.
we don't want
No,
that.
no,
Yeah,
no.
you take it creatively.
And this is in music.
Yeah.
What my finishing move would be like, I put my hands up like this, and then I summons the energy, throw it at you, and you lose your voice.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
your
Taking
career's
out
done.
competition straight.
Career's done.
All right, G Wunder. Thank you
Respect.
very much, my man.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for having
Glad
me.
to have you on the program.
And shout out to everybody out in YouTube land and on Max FM. Shout out Chris, already know.
Chris.
Got rocks.
The man.
And yeah, everybody else, man. Respect for having me. Appreciate you, bro.
Yo, appreciate you having us, my brother.
Word.
Take care, my man. Peace.